There's a certain kind of athlete who doesn't need to speak loudly to be heard. A certain kind of presence that fills a stadium long before a whistle is blown. And in modern rugby, very few embody that presence like Eben Etzebeth. For more than a decade, he's been the immovable wall in South Africa's defense, the man who charges into collisions like he's made of iron, the player whose name alone makes opposition fans shift uncomfortably in their seats. But behind the physicality, behind the myth, behind the legend, lies a question that fans rarely get a straight, factual answer to. How much is Eben Etzebeth actually worth? What has this decade plus of dominance translated into financially? And how much of what you see online is true, and how much is pure guesswork? Before we dive into verified numbers and real financial context, let's take a moment to appreciate the journey that built one of the most respected athletes in world rugby. Because the money only makes sense once you understand the man. Welcome back to Skylight Waves, where stories meet truth and legends come alive. Today, we're unpacking Eben Etzebeth's real net worth, using only what's factual, verified, and grounded in reality. Who Eben Etzebeth really is. Eben Etzebeth was born on October 29, 1991 in Cape Town, South Africa. He wasn't just another rugby hopeful, he was a standout from the beginning. By the time he made his Springbok debut in 2012, his brutal style, towering frame, and relentless commitment made him impossible to ignore. Over the years, he's become one of the most capped Springbok locks in history, a senior leader, and a two-time Rugby World Cup champion, achievements recorded in official South African rugby publications and international rugby databases. These facts alone put him in the top tier of global rugby figures. And that elite status sets the foundation for the financial picture we're about to explore. The verified journey, how Eben Etzebeth built his value. Before we talk numbers, we must talk truth. Because every cent of Eben Etzebeth's value is rooted in a story that's not rumor, not myth, but documented reality. His rise began on South African soil with Western Province and the Stormers, the places where raw power met purpose. Week after week, his tackles echoed through stadiums, and his presence became impossible to ignore. He didn't chase attention, it found him. Soon, the rugby world began watching. And the career moves that followed were not whispers, they were confirmed milestones. A short-term stint with Saracens, officially announced and covered by major rugby outlets. A headline-making move to Toulon in France's top 14, revealed by the club itself. And later, a homecoming, a verified, publicly confirmed signing with the Sharks. Each transfer wasn't just a move. It was a step upward, expanding his market, elevating his value, and solidifying his place among rugby's elite earners. International success, where legends are made. Etzebeth's story doesn't stop at club level. Because when he puts on the green and gold, something different happens. According to official South African rugby records, he has earned over 100 international caps. He became a double Rugby World Cup champion, 2019 and 2023. He led the Springboks on multiple occasions. And he has remained an iron pillar of the national team for more than a decade. This isn't just about longevity. It's about consistency at the highest level, the kind of consistency that earns respect, leadership roles, and significant financial rewards within national rugby structures. The real economics of rugby, how money actually works. To understand Etzebeth's net worth, we have to step behind the curtain and look at rugby's true financial architecture. Players earn from 4 verified sources. Club contracts, the biggest portion. Springbok match fees. Performance bonuses, including major tournament incentives. Endorsements and commercial work. What's important is what is publicly confirmed. Neither South African Rugby nor Toulon disclose individual player salaries. Analysts consistently rank Etzebeth among the higher-earning Springboks. And nothing about his income is based on speculation, only industry standards and verified structures. In rugby, privacy is the norm. And truth lives in the patterns, not in the guesswork. The net worth question, what we can factually say. So, how much is Eben Etzebeth really worth? Here is the honest reality. There is no audited financial statement. No tax documents. No contract breakdown released to the public. But there is something else: consistency. Multiple trusted, independent financial platforms arrive at the very same estimate. $2 million to $3 million. This range is supported by a decade plus of verified international rugby. His time in the top 14, one of rugby's highest paying leagues. His current Sharks contract. The known salary ranges for elite locks. His visible involvement in sponsor and promotional campaigns. It's not a guess. It's not an exaggeration. It's the most responsible and evidence-based assessment of his financial standing. Why exact numbers don't exist, the truth most videos ignore. If you've ever wondered why you never see Eben Etzebeth net worth, confirmed figure revealed. Here's why. Rugby contracts are private, publicly confirmed transfers, yes; salary sheets, no. Bonuses change based on performance and union budgets. Endorsement values often remain undisclosed unless tied to major advertising deals. France and South Africa have vastly different tax structures affecting take-home income. Personal investments are private unless the player chooses to share them. This is why the $2-3M estimate is not just realistic, it's the most accurate picture available. Endorsements: what is public and what remains private. Etzebeth is not a flashy commercial figure. He keeps his off-field world quiet. But what is verifiable is clear. He appears in Springbok-wide sponsor and partner activations. He participates in rugby brand photo shoots and promotional content. What remains unconfirmed? The value of private endorsement deals. Long-term commercial partnerships. Investment income or personal ventures. This conservative approach to public life is part of why his net worth estimate stays grounded. The future, where his wealth is heading. Eben Etzebeth is still competing at the top. Still starting. Still dominating. With his durability, leadership, and world champion status, his earning window remains wide open. As long as he continues representing the Springboks and his club, his financial trajectory will keep rising. The reality. His achievements are recorded. His impact is undeniable. His value, both on and off the field, is built on verified truth. And based on everything publicly known and responsibly analyzed. Eben Etzebeth's estimated net worth sits between $2 million and $3 million. Grounded. Accurate. And rooted in facts, not fiction. This is Skylight Waves, where stories meet truth, and where legends are told with clarity, respect, and unwavering accuracy.